Hey, my name is Karis and today I'm going to be taking us through a Pilates flow using some dumbbells. I've got some 2 kg and 1 kg here because I feel like 2 kg may be a little bit optimistic, but we'll see how we go. If any of the moves that come up in the class aren't in your practice today, you've got any injuries, it just doesn't feel good in your body, please feel free to sit it out, take a sip of water, take a break whenever you need, or feel free to sub the exercise out for one that you did prefer earlier in the class. It's going to continue to build your skills in the exercise you're struggling with. With the class, if you don't have any dumbbells, you can absolutely do it without. You can use a water bottle, wine bottle, whatever you have free if you would like to have that resistance but you don't have any dumbbells free. So we're going to start off in the middle of our mat. I've got my 2 kg to start with and we'll see how quickly I drop down to the ones. You're going to bring your feet into your Pilates stance, which is a V shape. I'm facing towards the end of my mat and I'm just going to start off by growing as tall as I can. I'm going to close my eyes down and I want to take a really nice deep 360 breath in and breath out, just letting that go. What we mean by a 360 breath is imagine that breath pressing into the front, the back, the sides of the body. And exhale, letting that release. Think about growing a little bit taller, keeping that V stance, but seeing if you can let your shoulders drop down away from your ears, letting them sink down into back pockets. Find any more length through your torso and finding a little bit of length in your lower back. Then you're going to keep your eyes open or closed and lift your arms up towards the sky. You're then going to keep your shoulders connecting down to your back. Imagine they're in back pockets. Rib cage connecting to the back of your t-shirt. And then you're going to nod your chin towards your chest. Take your time to round your body, rolling all the way down towards the floor. As I'm rolling down, I'm keeping my shoulders connected to my back, and I want to keep that weight equal on my feet. And then you're going to scoop up through your spine, rolling up, restacking, lifting your arms back up to the sky. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, nodding your chin towards your chest, taking your time to scoop down through your spine. Trying to keep a little bit more weight on the front of your toes, heels still connected to the mat. Think of pulling your waist up first, restacking inch by inch, grow tall, let your arms release down alongside you. From here, I'd like you to bring your arms in front into a 90-degree bend. Elbows in line just below the shoulders, shoulders still plugging down away from your ears. When you do this, try and avoid your ribs popping forwards. Think rib cage still hugs back. Shoulders nice and wide. Can you then rise up onto your tiptoes? On your tiptoes, heels squeeze together. In this position, I want you to think thigh bones are trying to wrap outwards, glutes squeeze together behind you, and you're trying to connect into your inner thighs. Release the heels back down. Rise up onto the tiptoes. Lower the heels. Trying to find that little bit of length in your lower back, almost like you've got a tail ever so slightly tucking underneath the back of your legs. Trying to connect in and up through those lower abdominals, that sensation of lifting through our pelvic floor, wrapping through the abs. We're going to do one last one. Hold it there. Let the arms extend forwards. Keep the elbows in the same level. Bicep curl as the heels lower. Let the arms extend, heels rise. Let that bicep curl as your heels lower. As you lower the heels, it's like you've got a water-filled sponge under your heels and you're trying to squeeze that water out. Shoulders still plugging down your back. Try and create that width across the front and the back of your chest. Hold those arms forwards in front of you, palms face in. Can you then slide down an imaginary wall? How vertical can you keep your torso? Can you try and keep pulling your ribs up from your hips, shoulders wide, and your arms are going to go out in line to the point where you can still just about see your weights. Now press your arms together, rise all the way back up. So this is hug a tree. So we then slide down an imaginary wall, wide arms, press and close. As you bring the arms together, almost imagine you're hugging a cactus, okay? So your arms don't really want to come into your chest. You're creating this openness through your chest and you're keeping that length, ooh, nearly lost it, through your lower back. Keep those heels touching if you can. If your heels want to separate, make your V stance a little bit narrower. One last time, press all the way up. Then can you take yourself down? Can you hold it there? Can you flip your palms up, They're still in your peripheral vision. Can you do your bicep curl here? Elbows stay level, extend. Keep the heels high, pull the heels up to you. Can you go down a little bit deeper? Keeping that length through your lower back, keep spreading the weight out across your big toe, your little toe. 2, 1, extend those arms, press yourself all the way up, heels lower. Bring your feet to hip distance, arms are going to come down alongside you. From here, you're going to keep the feet flat on the floor. Imagine you're sliding down a wall. It's just a bit of footwork to warm our feet up. Keep your back vertical. Try not to hinge forwards. Then press back up. It should feel like a really odd, small move. You're thinking press the knees forwards, push the heels down, press back up. 3 more. Just to try and get a little bit of length in our Achilles and calves. 2. 1 last time. Then press all the way up. Then you're going to cross your right shin behind your left. Place your knee down. Bring yourself down to the mat. Bring your feet forwards. From here, we're going to keep hold of our dumbbells. Arms are going to extend in front of you. And I want you to find this kind of sensation of being pulled up. We're going to scoop down through our spine. Then lift your arms to the ceiling. You're going to keep your shoulders plugging down away from your ears. Lift your legs up into tabletop. I'd like you to keep your shoulders pressing down, bottom of the rib cage pressing into the mat, and the weight down on the coccyx. Don't worry if your lower back is neutral or imprint. You're wanting to keep that 3 point of connections. Squeeze those inner thighs like you did in standing. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Lead from the abs, not your head, and curl up into a crunch. Now, can you try and press your arms further forwards? If you can, knuckles point forwards. Can you draw yourself up any higher, making a tighter C shape? Can you then extend those legs on a high diagonal if that feels good? Otherwise, bring those knees back in. Then we start to pump the arms, breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. And here, if we can, the arms are going to stay above our belly. We're going to think about pushing up into the air. So rather than trying to splash down, try and imagine that you're pushing up whilst you're curling up. Every exhale, you want to try and curl up a little bit more. Now, although you should not be necessarily enjoying life right now, you should be able to breathe. Almost the kind of same breath pattern. If you were doing a brisk walk, you could maybe talk if you wanted to. Feel free to talk at me if you need. And can you squeeze your heels, connecting into your seat? Squeeze the heels, wrap your glutes just like you did in standing. And it's going to help your hip flexors. Breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. Keep curling up. Keep imagining I'm in the room with you. My hand is under your shoulder blades and you're trying not to curl from drawing the shoulders forwards. Shoulders are still hugging down. You're curling from your abs. Last 2 sets. Last set here. And can you bring everything back in? Place your feet down to the floor. Feet and knees hip distance. Place your arms down into the mat. Weights are just going to go off to the side of you for a moment. You're going to lift your hands to the ceiling. And then from here, I want you to, again, draw those shoulders, wrap them down away from your ears. Take your feet a little bit further away from you. And if you can, you're going to lift your head, lift your chest, roll yourself up into sitting. If that didn't work, just sit up. Now, feet and knees squeeze together. Hands hook onto the back of the thighs. I want you to feel like I'm pulling your body up. Like I've grabbed the top of your head and I'm pulling you to the ceiling. We want that space between our ribs and hips. At the moment, I'm sat right on my seat bones, those bony bits of my bum cheeks. I'm going to start to roll off the seat bones and I'm rolling to that fleshy part behind on my bum. As I do this, I want to keep feeling like my rib cage is wanting to pull up whilst my bum almost pulls under towards my heels. My feet are pressing down into the floor like I would in a glute bridge, and they're pulling to my bum. My hands are hooked and pulling against the back of my legs. Elbows wide, shoulders connecting down. So here, I'm really trying to use my core to keep me in this place, shoulders to back, so switching on the lats. And as I start to scoop a little bit lower, I'm going to get to the point where my arms are going to restrict me from going any deeper. I'm going to really see if I can press those feet down, pull them towards me, and then I can feel with my fingers my hamstrings have kicked in here. I'm pulling my bum under more towards my heels, and I'm going to start to walk my hands down the back of my legs. I'm going to walk to the crease just below my bum cheeks to let my lower back imprint to the floor. I'm still curled up. Press the feet down, pull them to you. Can you lift your chest? Can you scoop over? Can you then start to lift? Find that length. Create that space between your ribs and hips. As we scoop back, we're trying to create more space. So we're thinking waist pulls down. It's like your ribs want to come to the mat, but your body still wants to pull over it. As you're scooping down, you're going to start to walk those hands. It does not matter how long you've done Pilates for. This should still be quite challenging. Then lift back up. At the top, regain that height. And again, squeeze those legs, press them into the floor. Start to scoop back through your waist. Now, as we get to the floor this time, we're going to hold, place our forearms down to the mat, squeeze the legs together. Press down into the arms, and you're going to feel when you do that how your ribs want to flare forwards. Can you still connect them down into the floor? Can you keep curling up like you want to sit up? Push the ground away from you. Now, as much as we can, we're going to try and keep our torso still. As you slip, one hand forwards, pull it back. Exhale, slip. Inhale, bring it back. Good. As you do this, I want you to keep that lift, keeping your body from sort of veering to one side. Keep going. I can feel this deep in my abs. I'm trying to lift in and up, creating that breath pattern with the movement. And then I'm going to bring both arms back in. I'm going to slip both arms forwards, and I'm going to scoop all the way up, sitting as tall as I can. From here, we're going to scoop all the way back down through our spine, rolling down to our mat. And we're just going to press our arms down into the floor. Bring your feet a little bit closer towards you. Now, basically, with your feet position, you should not be able to touch your heel with your fingertips when your feet are flat. You should have to do a little side-to-side reach, but you should still be able to touch them when you do that side-to-side. Okay? Arms pressed down, so feet are a bit further away than they would be in a yogi bridge. Shoulders pressed down, back of the arms. I want you to feel your triceps, the back of your arms are switched on. You're going to then imprint your lower back. Think about that C curve we did a second ago in sitting. Scoop your pelvis under, pulling your pubic bone to your face, pushing down into your arms, and you're going to start to roll up through your spine, lifting yourself up into glute bridge. At the top there, we want to be pushing down through our arms, and then we connect our rib cage down to the mat first. We start to roll down through our spine, bringing ourselves back to neutral. Take a deep breath in, connect the upper body down. Exhale, peel up through the spine. Press 3 points of your foot, big toe, little toe, heels, to the mat. Keep that rib cage connection. So less yogi bridge, more connect, more scoop, and roll all the way back down. Now can we do one more? We peel up into that glute bridge. We hold it at the top. I'm going to press all my weight into my left heel. I'm going to think of pulling my left heel to my bum cheek. Lift my right leg up. How symmetrical can you stay? Place that foot back down. Lift that leg back up, all the way on the left foot. Lift that leg and tap. Go for 2. Keep squeezing through that left side. Last one, hold. Right leg lifts to the sky. Can you lower? Can you lift? Keep using your left inner thigh to keep that knee nice and still. 2, 1. Place that foot down, keeping the knee bent. Find that scoop, keep that pressure, lift the left, tap it down. Think left heel presses down, pulls to you. You've got 3. Try and keep those lower abs active to keep that tuck. 2, 1, hold. We then lift it to the ceiling. We lower, we lift, lower and lift for 3. Keep using that right inner thigh. 2, last one, and lift it to the ceiling. Bend the knee, place the foot down. Peel all the way down through the spine. At the bottom there, you're going to take the legs to reach away from you. Keep your arms pushing down into the mat. Shoulders connecting down like you just did in glute bridge. Now think about how you used your bum cheek and hamstring then. Press your right foot and the back of the right leg into the floor. Bring your left knee into you. Now, like we did in standing, when we turned our knee out, can you lift your left leg to the sky? Can you think of wrapping that left bum cheek to turn your thigh out to the side of the room? Keep that space between the foot and the hip. We inhale, that leg goes to the right, to the left, to the ceiling. As you circle the leg around, how still can you keep your hips? Imagine my hands, they're pushing on your hip bones. Last one, keep pressing down into the arms. Lift, reverse, squeeze that left bum cheek. Think less how big you can make the circle, more how still you can keep everything else. One last time, and lift, place that foot down. Squeeze that left heel down into the floor. Switch on that left glute. Lift that right knee in towards your chest. Shoulders press down, ribs. Try and tilt the lower back towards the floor. Lift it up, turn it out. We go around and lift. Squeeze your right bum cheek. And around. How still can everything stay? 2, 1. Lift, reverse. Squeeze that right bum cheek. 3, 2, last one, lift, place it down. Lift your arms, scoop all the way up through your spine, sitting as tall as you can at the top. Okay, from here we're going to sit cross-legged. If you can't sit cross-legged, sit however else you'd prefer. With your dumbbells, you're going to grab hold of them, you're going to place them behind your head. Now if you've got the sort of long ones, just hold them again like in 2 fists. And then hands are pressing behind your head. Think elbows are wide. Now here you're going to feel your head wants to drop. Find a space in front of you that's dead in front of your eye line to stare at. Feel like I'm pulling you up, like we did when we were doing those C shapes. I'm pulling your ribs up from your hips, and it's like you're against a wall, ribs hug back. Now from here we're going to take shave from the reformer. So imagine I'm pulling your elbows apart from each other. Can you connect your shoulders down your back? And then can you press those arms up and forwards? Can you then bring them back? Imagine you're shaving the back of your head. Elbows pull wide. Hands reach, trying to keep the shoulders drawing down, ribs hugging back. Hands shave the back of your head. Try and avoid your head falling. Keep looking forwards. Keeping that height through the spine with the bottom of your rib cage hugging back. Feel how your torso wants to lean back. Almost put that weight down into your knees. 2, you should feel your upper back working. This is less a tricep exercise, more an upper back exercise. Last one, hands come behind the head, elbows go wide. Keep hinging slightly forwards, pulling your body up and release. Okay, from here, extend the legs forwards. Hold it there, flip your palms to face down, and then can we draw our body again up? Feel the toes pull to you, the heels push forwards. From here, we're going to allow our body to come forwards into a spine stretch, but we're not trying to touch our toes. I want you to feel like you're against a wall right now. Your arms are going to start to press forwards, your head drops to look at your thighs, and you're starting to peel away from that imaginary wall, with your arms reaching forwards to the space at the top of your mat. Ribs are hugging back, your weight is onto your coccyx, and you're trying to almost scoop forwards over the ribs. It's like there's a bar under your rib cage, and you're trying to fold over it. Shoulders still plugged down. Start to scoop back up, but keep your arms extended this time. See if you can sit a little bit taller. Wrap those shoulders down like they're wings, and you're putting them back in their place. Now again, drop your head. Scoop over the top of your spine. Finding that deep C shape through the spine. Can you try and then lean any further forwards with your belly still pulling up from your thighs? Push down into your legs to create that space between your ribs and hips. We don't want to slump down into it. Shoulders keep connecting down. Scoop back up, sitting as tall as you can, and relax. Okay, dumbbells to the side. You're going to bring yourself up and carefully make your way onto your hands and knees. We're near the top of our mat. You're going to step your knees a little bit further back so you come into a half plank shape. Squeeze your feet and knees together. Hands are just underneath your shoulders, and you want to find that length through your torso. Think about me poking your belly button, tucking your bum under slightly, and then shining your chest through your arms. Look at the floor in front of your mat. We're going to go into a little elbow bend. So we're going to inhale, go down into a tricep press. Exhale, press up. Now what we tend to find with this move is everyone wants to go down from the head. Okay, that's going to hurt your neck. So neck stays long. Imagine like there's a big red buzzer under your chest, and we want to tap it and lift off it. I hate these two, okay? Inhale, elbows point back. Exhale, push away. If you want to do it in a full plank, I'm not going to stop you. Go for 3. Just not going to join you either. 2. And 1 last time. Pushing yourself up, and then come down to lay on your front. Okay, so with this one, you're going to place your hands one on top of the other, and your forehead is going to go to the back of your hands. Your legs are nice and straight, and your feet are quite near each other. Now this move, we're trying to work the upper section of our back, kind of where we were working in shave. So you can see where my sports bra sits. That's the kind of area we want to work in our back. So, forehead on the back of your hands, shoulders connect down, their wings tucking into their slots. Now you want to tilt your lower belly away from the floor. This is the one that kind of catches everyone out. You think, what? I don't really know what you mean, Karis. So imagine like I'm poking your belly button, okay? You're trying to draw your hip bones and waist away from the floor to lengthen that curve in your lower back. If you're still not sure what you're meant to be doing, I'm going to do an example now of what you're trying to do. So less bum up. We want to go more pelvic tilt. Hold it there with your forehead against the hands. Elbows, imagine they're pulling apart from each other. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, I want you to try and keep your nipple line of your chest on the mat and try and float the arms and your head up. Keep pushing the back of your hands into your forehead. Keep nodding your chin slightly in, pressing the front of your feet down. Can you pull those elbows any wider? Tilt the lower belly from the floor, and you can see, and you can probably feel, you can't come up very high. Then release it back down. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Hold it there, tucking under, and lower. Inhale at the bottom, find your pelvic tilt. Exhale, 360 breath like we did at the beginning of the class. Hovering up. Inhale, hold, think elbows wide, pelvic tilt. Exhale, lower down. One last time. Think nipples stay on the mat, sternum shines forwards. Hold it there. Bring your hands by your armpits, but do not flick your face forwards. Your spine hasn't changed shape. You're holding that little lift. Can you then try and imagine I've grabbed the front of your t-shirt and pulling your chest further forwards, wrapping your shoulders down, keep your neck long. Then, can you press that right hand forwards? Oh, let me move the water bottle. And bring it back by your armpit. Left hand, bring it back by your armpit. Right. Good, keep going like this. Now, how still can you keep your pelvis? How long can you make your spine? Can you go for your left hand? Can you bring your left hand to the mat? Press both hands into the floor, elbows wrapped towards your hips. And then you're going to start to press into your hands. And a bit like cobra from yoga, but slightly different. You're going to push into your hands, feel your elbows glued towards your ribs. And can you come up slightly, just so you're able to lift your chest a bit more? Can you keep your lower belly tilting from the floor? And then can you see if you can lift, but you're not letting your belly and hips stay on the floor and just dumping into that stretch? I want you to think you've got your little pelvic tilt, you're shining your chest forwards, and then you're lifting your waist away. Elbows squeeze in, chest shines forwards. I can feel my upper back working and my lower abs working. And I go back down all the way this time, forehead on the floor. Inhale, hold, wrap the shoulders down. Exhale, hover like we did before our swan prep. Tilt the belly away. And then we come up, trying to pull our waist away, wrap the shoulders down, and then release. Bring yourself back into your child's pose. The back of your arms and your upper back should feel like it's had a pretty good workout. Bring yourself up into a high kneeling position. And then if you come to my classes, you know I love this one, a thigh stretch. So feet and knees are kind of hip distance apart. It's almost like I could fit a fist in between my inner thighs. Now if you imagine that fist is in there, and you're trying to almost imagine pulling your knees towards each other. So I've not just brought my knee in closer, I'm trying to think, pull the knees in, lengthen up through the spine, create that space between the ribs and hips. We then bring our arms forwards in front of us. We inhale, we lean back into our thigh stretch, keep those knees pulling into each other. Hold it there. Exhale, hinge back up. Okay, so we're not back bending, we're not sinking through our middle. We're going back in one piece. Inhale, lean. Exhale, hinge. And you want to squeeze those inner thighs to each other, connecting into your seat, your glutes, your hamstrings, your inner thighs. Hinging back up. 2. Inhale, lean. Exhale, lift. One final time. Squeeze those inner thighs to each other. And hinging all the way back up. And relaxing everything down. Bring yourself around to sit on your bum. We're going to then be kind of in the middle of our mats. Arms are going to reach forwards and we're going to scoop down through our spine. We're then going to bring our feet in a little bit closer. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Can you then find that connection of your elbows going wide, width through the upper back? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curling up over the top of the ribs. Keep your right knee hugging in, send your left leg forwards. Now you're going to avoid hanging down in that hip. You want to keep that elevated, keep curling up over the top of your ribs. Imagine I'm in the room with you. Could you curl up a little bit deeper? Inhale, bring your knee in a bit closer. Exhale, switch. Don't let the upper body change. It's like those arm slips earlier. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, switch. Look at your belly button. Reaching through this extended leg, hugging the other knee in, and switch. Elbows wide, shoulders connect down your back. Inhale, reach, and exhale, switch. Keep curling up, keep looking at your belly button. Last time, hold, bring the knees in. Can you then go straight into that double leg stretch, squeeze your heels, pull it all the way in. Now you don't want your back to rock, so if your back is rocking, take everything a bit higher. Pull it back in, or do just the legs if you need. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug. Go for 2. Keep looking at your belly, shoulders plugged down your back. One last time. Hug everything back in. Lower your head. Turn it from left to right. Bring yourself back up, rocking up into sitting. Final bit to finish. Rolling like a ball into teaser, and then we're done. So we're going to hold our shins, and the biggest thing I want you to think about is, like we did in glute bridge, your heels are trying to pull to your bum cheeks. But it's like, imagine you're holding a circle or something between the heels and your bum. So you're going to put your hands on your shins, with your feet down, try and pull your heels to you. Feel how your hamstrings kick in. Then, keeping that feeling in your knees squeezing together, like we did when we did our roll back, can you try and draw your belly away from your thighs, pulling your bum under to your heels, creating that lift up through your torso. Then pull your feet into you. Can you then scoot back a little bit deeper, look at your pubic bone, hug your knees into you. Squeeze the legs, push the shins and hands into each other. Elbows wide, shoulders connecting down your back. Holding this is almost as hard as the move itself. So we then inhale, roll back to our shoulders. Exhale, rock up. Can you keep that ball-like shape? Inhale, try and roll back to the shoulders. Try not to put your head down. Exhale up. I want you to see with each one if you can get those hips to come any higher. Can you scoop your belly under anymore? Good, you can hear from my voice how much I'm struggling to do that. And exhale, lift. If your back kind of goes plonk as you come up, that's absolutely fine. Just keep that tuck going. And if you want to go back to the C shape, you absolutely can. Pull the waist back first. Now, can you pause at the top? The next move you're going to do is that rolling like a ball into teaser. Now, before you overthink teaser or think, I can't do it, you can. If you did rolling like a ball, you can do it. All it is this is proximal, this is distal. It's the same as when we did single and double leg stretch, okay? The worst that happens is you flop back down. So, holding onto your shins, we pull it into you, you pull your waist back, you create that length. Now, you keep this feeling of kind of like I've put a cactus in your belly and you're trying to draw this space away from each other whilst I'm pulling you up and your bum is pulling under. Now from here, we inhale, roll back to our shoulders, exhale, extend. It wasn't perfect. Now we pull it back in. Inhale, roll. We're practicing together. Exhale, extend. Pull it back. Roll, rock, extend. Try not to overthink it. Again, mine are pretty rubbish here. And extend. Lengthen. There we go. And in. 2. I love how I'm saying that to myself. But anyway, and in. Shoulders plug down. Last one. Push it away. Can you hold it there? Can you pull your waist back? Can you hold that teaser shape? Plug the shoulders down and bring yourself all the way up. That should not have been very enjoyable. Okay, when you're ready, bring yourself to sit cross-legged. We're going to bring our hands to the mat or make your way however you like onto your hands and knees. Then from here, you're just going to find a round shape through your spine, tugging your bum underneath you, letting your head drop down. Can you round your spine anymore? Then extend your spine, lifting your chest forwards. One last one. Round your spine. And then extend your spine, lifting your chest forwards. Then from here, finding that middle point between the two. Bring yourself back to grab the weights. Bring yourself into a high kneeling position. Then just to finish, I'd like us to bring our arms back in towards our hugger tree stance. Lengthen up through the torso. Think about all those principles we just learnt. Open through the chest. We're going to go wide. Bring the hands together. Inhale, open. Can you push your shins down? Can you lift up any taller as you pull the hands together? I can feel my stomach muscles almost working as hard as I do in hundreds right now. So as I'm pressing my shins down, I'm trying to pull my torso up and squeeze. I'm moving through the air like I'm moving through honey. 2, shoulders plug down. 1, hold it there. Flip the palms to face down. Press the hands by your hips. Now, open those collarbones. Imagine your back is against a wall. Shoulders are wide, ribs hug back, lengthen through the spine, press the shins, feel your arms push to the floor. Press your hands back behind you, release them back down. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. Going for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring the dumbbells to the floor. Bring your toes to tuck under. Bring yourself up to standing. Feet and knees hit together at the end of your mat. Lift the hands to the sky. I want you to press your feet into the floor. Feel your head pulling up to the ceiling. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale. Imagine we're diving off a swimming pool board into a swimming pool. Hold it there. Walk your hands forwards into a plank. Hold it there. If you need to put your knees down, you can. But can we go into 6 press-ups? Inhale, exhale. 4 more. Keeping that length through your waist. Keep pulling your head away from the floor so you're sinking through your chest. Last one, because I've lost count. Hold it there. Drop your head, pike your hips. Walk your hands back to your toes with as little waddle from side to side as you can. Scoop up through your spine. Grow tall at the top. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, do a normal roll down, rolling down through the spine. Hold yourself at the bottom and then rolling back up, growing nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, shrug your shoulders up, breath out, and relax. Well done. You did really well. Hope that was challenging at points, but you feel like it was achievable and your body feels a little bit better.